Hi everybody, it's me, Angel Nikki. I have all these apples that I bought from New Seasons the other day, and I have a big plan for them. When I was a little kid, my Nona used to make applesauce in the fall, homemade applesauce. She got hers from her apple trees in the backyard. I don't have apple trees because I don't even have a backyard, but I do have apples, so I'm gonna try to make applesauce. She used to make hers in a crock pot. I don't have a crock pot, I have an Instapot. It could work as a slow cooker, but I'm going to try to make apples using just the pressure cooker style. So let's see what happens. The recipe I have says the first step is to peel the apples. Well done. Awesome. All right. So now our next job is going to be to slice up the apples. And I think the smaller the pieces, the better, because they'll cook down better. Remember to don't include the core. You don't want to cook the core in your applesauce. That would not work very well. So I'm going to slice up all these apples. Are you ready? Great. Now we're going to add a few extra ingredients, which is basically just lemon juice, water, and cinnamon. I'm just going to add like a splash of lemon juice, about 1/3 cup of water. I'm just going to add a lot of cinnamon. You can actually also use a cinnamon stick, but if you don't have a cinnamon stick, like I don't, just use cinnamon. Stir, stir, stir. Now I've brought the pan over and put it into my Instapot. And I'm going to say pressure and then make it 5 minutes. And now I'll wait for it to start. Well, the timer went off on my Instapot, but I'm going to let it sit for 5 minutes to release the steam naturally, and then I will let the rest of the steam out. I just remembered something I wanted to add. My mom also used to make applesauce with us. And the thing I remember is that my Nona's applesauce was always pink and my mom's applesauce was always yellow. And the reason was because my mom peeled the apples like I did. My Nona left the peels on. And if you leave the peels on when you cut them, it will have kind of a pink color, but you're gonna have to drain out the peels later. There's gonna be a part 2. Hi everybody, ready to keep making the applesauce? Alright, it has been cooking in the pressure cooker and now I'm going to release the pressure, which is my least favorite because I don't like the sound and I don't like the hotness, but definitely let an adult do this part. Alright, there is our very warm apples. And so now you have 2 choices. If you want your apples to be chunky, your applesauce to be chunky, you can just get a mashed potato masher and just like start mashing it up. However, I think I want mine to be smoother, so I'm going to put some of mine. You can either use a hand blender where you just stick the blender in and be like, or I don't have one of those, so you could put it into a regular blender. So that's what I'm going to do. Now it looks more like applesauce, and I'm actually going to pour it into these jars because I'm going to share some with my aunt, and I'm also going to freeze some of them. Now, by the way, if you want to freeze things in glass jars, you should never fill it more than 2/3 of the way because you have to give it room to freeze that. It's going to get bigger when it freezes, and if it gets bigger and it's in a glass jar and it gets too big for the jar will just break. So never fill it all the way if you're going to put it in the freezer. It's super hot, so I am not going to taste it yet. I'll give it a few minutes while I clean up the kitchen. And also, when you do taste it, this is a good time. You can choose to sweeten it a little bit with sugar or brown sugar, but it might not even need it. If you use really sweet apples, then it should be really sweet already. But if it's not sweet enough for you, I would say just add a little bit of brown sugar or sugar at a time and stir it in, then taste it until it's perfect for your liking. So I'm gonna wait a few minutes and then I'm gonna test mine. Alright, mine's ready to taste, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of a taste. Ready? Mine's a little sour, and that might be because I used a couple Granny Smith apples, which are sour, so I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar. Now it's just right. Alright, I hope that you love your applesauce, and comment to let me know if you made it or if you have other fun apple recipes that you like to do. Bye! Follow for more family-friendly content.